We'll start out by extending the legs. And in this particular tripod, this top set of locks controls the most stable part of the tripod. You'll need to just spread the legs out a little bit because of the spreader that's inside. It doesn't work particularly well. But let's extend the legs out and play with that spreader a little bit because it's going to fight us all the way. And once we have the legs out, then you can lock them up and then you can spread them out. Generally, if you're going to extend these legs just to the top of the first set of legs, you won't really need to worry too much about these spreaders down here. But if you do need to get more height out of your tripod, then what you need to do is loosen these spreaders off, spread the legs apart, and then tighten them back up again. That'll give you a more stable base for the higher extension of the tripod. Before we level this tripod, I'd like to take this handle and extend it out a little bit. This is really very much a personal choice, but you want to get the handle so that it's in a comfortable position, especially if you're going to be shooting for any length of time. Now, to level this tripod is a fairly straightforward procedure. Underneath the tripod here, well, I've got the handle in the way. Let me move that. Underneath the tripod here is a handle that you can turn, and if you turn this counterclockwise, no, we're going to turn it clockwise. It loosens off, and you'll see that the head is mounted in a bowl. So what you need to do, remember that you're going to use the level here. There's a bubble inside the level, and the bubble has to be within inside the circle. So I'm just going to take a couple of moments here, and there you are. It's leveled up. That's all it takes. The pan controls for this tripod are here. This is the pan lock. So pull this and it locks up the pan. The pan tension control is actually underneath the plate here. It's this particular dial here, and you loosen it off and it will pan a lot easier, and put a little bit of tension on it and it pushes back on you a little bit, which is basically what you want. You don't want the head to be too loose. Over here we have the tilt lock, rather. So you just basically turn this, it's now locked, it won't go up and down. Again, if you get a tripod and you find that you put the camera on it and it won't pan and it won't tilt, it's usually because it's locked off. So don't try to force it. Remember to unlock anything before you actually try to force it a little bit. And in fact, you should never really try to force a tripod. They are relatively delicate things to deal with. Over on the right-hand side is the tilt tension. So again, you turn this off to loosen it. I'm going to unlock it too, and it's fairly loose here. I can unloosen it a lot more if I wish, and then I can tighten it up again. Remember, it's just a good idea to have a little bit of pushback coming from the camera, or from the tripod rather. It just makes your moves all the more smooth. There are 3 steps to putting the camera on the tripod head. The first is to lock everything off. So lock the pan and lock the tilt so that the head isn't moving around when you're trying to put the camera on. The second step is to take this little handle here and turn it all the way down. This is the thing that actually locks the camera onto the tripod. You also have to push this red button in. And once you've done all of that, then you just basically slide this tripod, or this camera, onto the tripod. And you know, it's just one of those, happens to be one of the most awkward tripod heads that I've ever had to deal with. So you got to take it slowly and easily and make sure that everything fits in here. Now, once you have the camera on the tripod, you let the red button go, and you'll notice that it'll slide back and forth. What I want you to do is put the plate almost exactly as it should be on the head, and then what you do is you tighten it up with this little handle over on the right-hand side.